What up, folks? I'm ULTRAZILLA, and this is an ULTRAZILLA live on the final Saturday night of 2025. I figured, you know what? Let's chat. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about the year that's passed. Let's talk about the year ahead. I personally want to look through my reviews that I did this year of toys that came out this year as well. So sit back, relax, hang out. Let me know about your favorite toys, your favorite TV shows, your favorite movies, whatever you want to talk about. That was a favorite, your favorite books, comics, whatever. I want to hear about it because it was a long year in a lot of ways. It was a very, very long year. And yeah, I am very happy to get away from 2025. What up, a brick? Yeah, that invisible kaiju named 2025 and move on to something less disastrous. Getting some rest, not in NYC. We had a pretty big snowstorm this morning, last night into this morning. So I spent the first half shoveling early on. It was quite quite painful. And then the rest of the day I honestly had to finish off a graphic novel that I was lettering that's going to be coming out in 2026. It is a manga by Mad Cave Studios. So stay tuned for that. It is very, very cool. It hasn't been announced yet, I don't think. So I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it is a manga from Mad Cave Studios. So yeah, check it out. Hello, Ghost. What is up? Hope you are well. Hope everyone had a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, or whatever you may celebrate. Happy holidays in general. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you celebrate, I'm hoping you had a happy holiday. What's up, Kaiju Live, AJ? Thank you for having me last weekend on your show. There was a charity live stream on Kaiju Live, and it was awesome. It was a marathon. I was on for like 5 hours, and I didn't come on till like 10. So that went a long time. Right? 5 or 4 hours. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5 hours with Kaiju Live, and it was awesome. It was really awesome. They raised a lot of money for Toys for Tots, and that was amazing. And in the spirit of Kaiju Live, I have some pizza in front of me. Uh, Mama Lanty made this one though, so I am just gonna eat some pizza while we do this too, because we didn't get to eat till late today. Ghost already talking about some shows. His favorite show was Kamen Rider Gav. Fighting choreography was top notch, reminded me of old Jackie Chan movies. I did get to see like part of the first episode of that. And that was it, like I didn't get to see too much of it. There was just a lot to watch overall. Not that I watched so much, I feel like, like the last couple of months, like I binged Stranger Things. Like me and my family, we binged Stranger Things. We've been meaning to watch it for years, but we were just waiting, for the perfect time, to do so because UltraZilla Jr. was still a little young at the time. Even now, at 11, he was good when most of the seasons. Um, season 4 was a little bit, crazy. So, that was the only season where, we kind of watched it first and then, figured out where all the bad stuff was. And then, we went from there, like, because it was just like, I had heard it was, like the character Vecna, his kills were a little, over the top. So I wanted to make sure I also have some salad. Greens. Greens on Screen. But that was that was like my favorite show over the last couple of months. Like, I'm so happy we finally got to do it. Finally got to watch Stranger Things because it was right up my alley. I'm an 80s kid. And I was pretty much the age of those kids, maybe like a year younger or so. When that like when the show takes place. So a lot of that resonates with me very, very well. So I'm glad like I got to watch that ahead of season 5. Pretty much, we kind of finished season 4 as season 5 started. So that first volume, we finished Stranger Things as volume 1 went up. So I was a little behind. I didn't watch, volume 1 day of. Probably like a week before, Let's see what more folks saying. Kaiju Live. Favorite collectible, Frog Tree, Burning Godzilla. That thing looked amazing. Favorite show, welcome to Derry. Heard a lot of good things. Check out Kaiju Live's The Square Table. They talked all about Welcome to Derry. I'm not the biggest horror guy, so I'm not sure if I'll ever get to watch it. But I am curious about it. Like with all the good things I heard, I am very, very, very curious. Ghost's favorite figure was Ippiz Batman Arkham. IPZZ Batman Arkham. I'm not sure what that is. Got my Italian cola. It's Mole Cola. Sorry that my screen is not mirrored correctly. I'm not going to change it now. We're good. We're good. Hello, Crash. How's it going? Marathon is definitely the word. I'm still recovering. I can imagine. Like, I do these live streams. I usually go about an hour. Though this might go over a little bit because I want to look at my like reviews. And that was incredibly long. Like, you guys that were there from the very beginning, wow, like that was awesome. A shout out to everybody that stopped by. It was an incredible stream. It was really, really cool. So I loved it. I loved being on. Good to chat with all of you that night. It was amazing. All right, eat a little bit. Hi, Eaton. How are you? Trying to mostly chew muted. Favorite movie was Sinners. Heard a lot of good things. I want to see it. I feel like I didn't see a lot of 2025 movies this year. I got to see the Jurassic Park movie, which was okay. Got to see Fantastic Four, which was okay. I don't know. Like, you guys name more movies, and I'll see if I remember if I watched it. Weapons, I heard, was a really good too. Again, the whole horror thing. Ian asks, what is your favorite Godzilla monster? Well, as far as Godzilla goes, I'm a big Godzilla 74 fan. That whole era, though, 73 to 75 is my favorites. Like, Mechagodzilla is like my favorite from the Showa era as well. So, it's from then. What is your favorite Godzilla toy you have and one you don't have? Oh my gosh. Favorite Godzilla toy that I have. This is a very tough question for me because, like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because it's one of those things. It's probably a Mechagodzilla, like, that I own. I love my X Plus Mechagodzilla 75, the Daikaiju series, I think it was. No, the 30 centimeter. I love that one. The one that I don't have, I'm not 100% sure. I really don't know. That's a good question. Like, and I talked about Grails recently. If you haven't seen my Let's Talk About Grails, you know, that's an interesting one. You know, name me some Grails, folks. What's some Grails of yours? And Happy New Year. Happy New Year, you know, upcoming. The year's not done. To tell you the truth, this show was supposed to be a Big Bad Toy Store unboxing. Have a bunch of stuff coming. But all the snowstorms across the country here, like, kind of slowed things down. So that pack is not coming till Monday now, and I figured I'll just do like a regular unboxing of that. And then there's like at least one thing that I want to review before the end of the year there, and that's the spoilers. It's the Jaws game of Jaws. I really want to review that. Like, I want to see how that like ranks in my best of the year. I also have the Marvel Legends Garantos, Garantos. I don't know what the hell they call it, but the one from Marvel versus Capcom, coming from Amazon. I kind of like bought that with some like credit. So that's coming Monday too. I want to review those two before. There's like a bunch of like Godzilla stuff that I'm probably gonna like start reviewing as the new year happens. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. I want to watch Godzilla, Kamen Rider, and Ultraman, so I watched 3 episodes of Kamen Rider Zets, Ultraman Omega, and Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Ultraman Omega watched a little bit of. It looked pretty cool. Didn't get too much, but that was your for the month of December. Okay, that's cool. Brick liked Sinners as well. Definitely want to watch it. See, like, I do love me some vampire movies. I think it was a vampire movie at least. Favorite movie from Crash was Toxic Avenger 2025. Now, it's interesting because I know the director of that movie. Like, there's literally like pictures with me and him from like parties. But like, I'm not the biggest Peter Dinklage fan, so I'm not sure how much I want to see it. I haven't seen Del Toro's Frankenstein. It's been on my list to watch. It came out right when we started binging the Stranger Things stuff, and we've been pretty like focused on getting all of that done ahead of like season 5. Favorite new anime was Fragrant Flowers, and continuation of was a Shangri-La Frontier. Close was Solo Level season 2. As you guys know who stopped by my chats, like, my animes were like, I'm pretty focused on the animes, like, like, not focused, but like, just I like what I like, and that's about it. Kaiju number 8, it was a big one, and Dan the Dan was my other big one. We also watched Delicious in Dungeon finally, but that came out last year. But those were the 3 anime like we really loved this year that we watched. So like, even though it didn't come out this year, Delicious in Dungeon was pretty awesome. Okay. I believe you. Yeah, I really want to see Sinners. It looks amazing. And finally caught up to the current One Piece anime. That felt like an accomplishment toy. I'm sure it was. Did you like the live action? Because I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of things I'm looking forward to, there's a bunch, in 2026. Like One Piece and what's the other one? Avatar, The Last Airbender season 2. I really like those. So we're looking forward to watching them. Me and ULTRAZILLA Jr. Are looking forward to that. But as far as like, this past year and like, stuff that I reviewed and like as far as toys go, there was a lot of cool things. Now, I couldn't review everything, of course, that came out for one reason or another. But like, I did review quite a bit of stuff, as I usually do. So I want to start getting some of this up here to look at. Let's see. Let's remove that. Let's get this up there. Hammond Collection stuff was awesome. You'll see them littered on this. you know, you enjoy the One Piece live action. It's interesting. Like I haven't seen much of the anime. Like we started watching some of it, and I thought it was pretty good. Like I really like the animation a lot. So yeah. Let me see something here. I changed my camera a little bit. It was annoying me because I was like I was kind of looking the wrong way in it. As far as like looking at what I'm doing here. And it's a little weird. I don't know. Mirroring cameras and all that. Did you watch Tojimo Wants to Be a Kamen? No, I did not. I started watching that other one, the Super Sentai one, which I thought was kind of cool. Anywho, so I thought Hammer Collection had a pretty good year. These last few were pretty good. If you didn't see my short on Christmas Eve, I had a short up detailing that I missed one of the new ones. For whatever reason, I hope to find it. I haven't been to a Target, since Christmas. Hey, if anybody got any really cool Christmas presents, let us know in the chat as well. But I hope to find them. But yeah, we'll get back to Hammond Collection. I like the new, the Megazords that Playmates is doing. I thought that was a pretty cool new line. At least the Megazords, all right? Like the Megazords were pretty good. This is the Battle Pack version, which I thought was awesome. Like a really, really nice one. It's so much better if you have a chance to get this Battle Pack. It has like a lot more paint and stuff. It just looks so good. But the regular one was really good too. The one you could get like, and combine. The Jazzwares Demo Gorgon, which I recently reviewed. The 1/12 scale one was pretty good. I only reviewed one of these Godzilla Monster series, but I have more coming. Hot Wheels X Transformers weren't bad. Not so terrible. The Blockies stuff probably won't show up on my best of the year or anything, but it was fun to review those. Here's the smaller Demo Gorgon if you like the 1/18 scale. Didn't review too many of the Super 7 reaction figures, a couple here and there, but the Godzilla inspired one. This was a really good one. This will probably be on my best of the year. Fury Toys Sun Wukong. I really liked that. Have you been enjoying Kamen Rider? I haven't really watched it. It is cool. But yeah, I haven't really watched it. Crashman's wife got him the Godzilla Chia Pet, and she pre-ordered Godzilla X Misfits hoodie. That's pretty cool. My only related Christmas gift was I got a new mic for recording, not for this stuff. I have my old mic for this, but for recording, I got a new mic, which is cool. I did post a pic on Instagram, so shout out to Mama Lanty on that one as well. Do I mean Super Sentai Gozi Yuger? I don't know. No, it wasn't a Super Sentai show. It was like an anime. The anime, like, it's kind of like the one that wants to be Kamen Rider. Somebody wants to be a Super Sentai. These retro inspired figures were pretty cool. The Ichiban Show Godzillasaurus and Dorats was a very nice set. Gotta decide whether that makes my top 25 of 25 coming at you on January 1st. Be here for that, for the premiere. There's gonna be a premiere of that, guys. Gonna be a premiere of that. So do come by and chat with me in the chat for that. We'll see what my best of the year is. Will it be any of these? Probably not that one. The NECA Turtles, the 2012 Turtles, will definitely be on my best of the year somewhere. I could guarantee that. These figures were awesome. I really like them a lot. Good job, NECA. This figure I didn't like. Metaluna Mutant from NECA was excellent. It's kind of like on the cusp of my best of the year. I'm not sure yet, but we shall see. This the Jersey Devil from Four Horsemen Studios was pretty cool. I did dig that one. I really liked it actually. So that's probably gonna make it. Oh man, the NYCC exclusive Nemesis Prime, no good. Super 7 Super Kaiju probably won't make my best of the year. Although the Destroyer was pretty good. I did like that figure. This crossover I'm not too sure about. Transformers, X-Masters of Universe. Probably not getting any more of those. The Age of the Prime stuff, the 13. It'll be interesting to see if any of these make it. I did like Turtles versus Godzilla. X-Godzilla. Pretty cool line. You guys let me know what you thought of that one while I take a bite of my pizza. Awesome. Cool that you got that, Ghost. It's such a good figure. The mini monkey I really like too, actually. The little soldier monkey. I kind of call it like the younger version of Sun Wukong. I didn't get the Azure Lion. That is awesome. It looked huge. I definitely I want to check it out. That's cool that you got that. That is awesome. Yeah, I like these guys. Those were cool. Now we get to some big contenders here. Godzilla 2000 SH Monster Arts was excellent. This is definitely top 10 material in my book. We'll see if it is ultimately. But you know, just going through this was definitely a top 10 for me. Now here's this one might be hard to beat as best of the year, and it's one of those that is going to be weird because it's not coming out for anybody else this year except for the handful of people that received this from Blitzway. And huge shout out to Blitzway once again. I'm stoked, still stoked that they sent this to me to review. But man, how awesome! Finally, recognize for my Voltron reviews, which have been some of my biggest reviews. So many people know me as Godzilla guy, but the Voltron reviews are some of the biggest ones I've done on the channel view-wise. So I have to think that kind of played into them, choosing me as one of the people. Though everybody else is kind of random, I will say. But at the and there's only a handful of people that got this. So I'm incredibly humbled to have gotten this. But I mean, I gotta include it. It is a brand new figure that I reviewed this year. It doesn't come out till next year for most folks. I can imagine most folks that get this is going to be their best of the year. It's not a spoiler yet for me because I'm undecided, but it's definitely a top 5 for sure. With you on TMNT X Godzilla, love those designs. Transformers one, not so much, felt a little forced. The Transformer Godzilla, you mean? My review of that Blitzway Voltron was fantastic. Great looking figure. Thank you so much, Brick. I really enjoyed doing that. And it's man, I love doing those long form reviews. And when folks actually respond to them, it validates it even more. But man, I just love doing some of the long form ones. It's incredibly satisfying for me. But yeah, this figure was amazing. Here's some little guys that I loved doing. I don't even know if they just came out last year, but I love doing. Studio Series Devastator had some things to say about this, and I didn't include on this list of things that I did this year, like all the individual parts, the sum of the whole is what is gonna be like make or break, for me as best of the year. And it has gotten better for me as the year has gone along. It's a really, really awesome figure. So hey, Prime Convoy One, how are you? Hope your holidays are going well. Talking some Transformers here. Devastator, like definitely gonna be on my best of the year. Don't know where yet. Like I was just saying, it has grown on me. Over the years. Prime Convoy One, big Transformers guy, big Godzilla guy too. So let us know some of your favorite figures of the year. That would be cool to know. Another Transformer that was awesome, the Onyx Prime, though not in every mode, so I don't know if it'll make the cut. Skybite was really, really cool, a nice update. I really enjoyed that figure. Solus Prime was better than some folks were saying. The NECA Alien Romulus Ultimate Scorched Earth Alien Xenomorph is awesome. Really, really cool. This one came out. It's one of those figures where like some folks got it at the very, very end of the year, and some folks got it at the very beginning of the year. It depends on where you ordered it from, or where you found it. Like, so it's one of those like crossover. You could go either way. I'm sure maybe some folks had it at the end, for last year's best, but if it makes it, it'll be on my best of the year. Um, these King Homer figures from Jack Pacific were amazing. Both of them, the plush and the actual figure, very, very cool in my opinion. Super Godzilla from Bandai Premium was a huge letdown for me. The SH Figure Arts Ultraman Orb Galactron was amazing. Really, really great figure. So that's really cool. Gundam just sent me an email that YOLO Park Sarah Pizza Cats figures on its way. Should arrive before the new year. That is awesome, man. Let us know how that goes. Post some pics on the community tab. I would love to see that. Haven't ordered it myself. And how do you like ordering from Gundam? And I don't think I've ordered from them. I would like to. They always have some really cool stuff. So there. So yeah. Let me know, Ghost, about that stuff. But yeah, Galactron, awesome. I could see it being on my best of the year. Prime, so need to get more of the primes and Devastator, but picked up Star Optimus Prime, Solus, and Prima. Star Optimus is awesome. I'm sure he's in here somewhere. This is an amazing figure, the X Plus Godzilla Wars 1954 maquette. You're gonna definitely see it on my best of the year. Studio Series 86 Megatron, definitely gonna see it on my best of the year somewhere. Marvel Legends Spider-Man, nostalgia, maybe works. Titanic Creations Young Gary, I'm not sure if it's gonna make it. The X Plus Toho Maniacs, Utsuno Iku Sagami, I think came out this year. I got it this year. I'm not sure, but anywho, I don't know if it'll make it anyway. The DX Bravern from Good Smile Company, probably gonna make my best of the year. I love me and my robots. The Super Wings 14-inch DX Worldcraft aircraft robot, maybe. Glad to have finally got this. I saw this at Toy Fair 2 years ago. This one, not so much. The Popsicle Mecha Warrior, I really like this. I've seen a lot of folks talk about these figures more recently because they finally like showed up on like Amazon, so a lot more folks have been getting them. But these things were awesome. Let's see, these figures not so good from Power Rangers Reignition the set, but the Ultimate Megazord, the non combinable one, was awesome. Here's more Age of the Prime stuff. Anguirus, that's gotta make my best of the year. Young Gary's definitely on your list. That's pretty cool. I don't know, some things about it I didn't like. Overall, as a set, it is really cool. There's a lot of stuff in it. But and for the price point, of course, yes, right? But the figure itself, I didn't like completely love it. So I don't think it makes my top 25, but we'll see. Anguirus is definitely making my top 25. Love Anguirus. And I think SH Monster Arts did a really, really good job, honestly. Gundam hasn't missed any order, I'm assuming, and is reliable. I vouch for it. Only issues, the boxes are either dented or wrapped in tape, like a brick of something else, like AliExpress. Gotcha. Will HasLab Omega Prime be considered for this list? Of course it will. It's here somewhere. I haven't gotten to it yet. Probably still in my top 10. Dragon Man. I was hoping I was gonna really love this Marvel Legends Dragon Man. I ended up not and selling it, so probably not making my list. On the McFarlane toys, Superman versus Godzilla and King Kong versus Batman. While the Superman and Batman figures probably won't make it. I honestly like the King Kong and Godzilla figures, so maybe. Then we had some Playmate stuff. The Blue Mothra was cool. The Frostvark was really cool. Some of the Cyberworld stuff was interesting that I reviewed. Sonic and Transformers crossover was kind of cool. Here's Star Convoy. I really like Star Convoy. Probably making my best of the year. Yeah, I figured Ghost hasn't missed. Gotcha. NECA Ultimate Werewolf was awesome. Probably has to make it somewhere. This is in the running on my list. Like, the whole package was awesome. The Black Series, and it hasn't been a Black Series anything on my list in quite a long time, if anything, if ever. Like, has ever. I used to get more Black Series stuff. Have they ever made my best of the year? I don't know. But the Star Wars Visions, the Ronin, and R5D56 set was incredible. Speaking of YOLO Park, the EVA 01, I didn't like so much. The Chogokin Robo 50, I loved. The Tamashi store here in the city was one of the only places you could get it in the States. And they got it around like end of January, February. So I was able to get that. Probably going to make my list. I didn't get to get a lot of Hayatoy stuff this year. Unfortunately. And I've wanted to. It's just like I've talked about it ad nauseum. Like the way things distribution and stuff has been really hard. The tariffs, the prices of things, importing, though less so than like AliExpress and stuff, like has been tough. I haven't gotten as much as I've wanted to, but I thought this Godzilla 91 was amazing. One of the best Godzilla figures of the year. I'm going to have to say, as far as Godzilla himself, one of my two favorites with the Monster Arts 2001. Still waiting for Haya 91 Atomic Breath version. Yeah. Waiting on a bunch of things. Like there's, like BBTS like sent notifications. There's a bunch, like the Kong Beast Glove is finally coming in there, and regular Kong, even though there's 2.0 coming out now. And Godzilla Evolved is finally coming in. So I'll finally get those. I mean, I'm not going to be able to review them for this year, unfortunately, but it is what it is. My favorite dino of the year is Cyberzoic's Drytosaurus by Creative Beast Studios. Great looking and moves well. Plus, they're not making the big ones less dependent on stands. That's cool, man. I wanted to go in on some of those, but I couldn't. But yeah, like the highest stuff, I wish I had more. I got more, but ultimately only ended up getting a handful of them. Not a good set by an action figure. This is awesome. The Ultraman Rise and Mecha Gigantron was fantastic. Chewing, sorry. Hungry. This is definitely making my list. More Hammond stuff. Cool stuff over the summer. But this one, the Spinosaurus, probably making my list. Of all the Hammond stuff that came out this year, I think the Spinosaurus is the only one that's, speaking of dinos, right, is making my list. It is awesome. It is so good. more McFarlane stuff that I like, the baby kaiju and the big kaiju. I think they did a good job, and I still didn't see Superman. But I like these kaiju. Now here's a monster arts that I didn't like, the 54 anniversary version. Some more Playmate stuff. Here's Omega Prime. Omega Prime will probably make my list. I don't know where, but it'll probably make my list. You know, if it didn't have problems, and no, I never did get a replacement, you know, sent for. I just never, like, it was just never on my to-do list. Like, I kind of wanted to, but then I went through all the trouble of like fixing this guy, so I don't know. I just never did it. I should have, but I just never had a chance to do it. You know. Some Arena Street Fighter figures were amazing, but it's regrettable companies like Jada eating their lunch had them get their stuff together. Street Fighter's a line I wish I was able to get more of. I just never did. From Jada, like I got a handful of early stuff, and then that was kind of it. I do want, like, I think there's a Storm Arena Morrigan coming out from Darkstalkers. I'd like to get that figure. Looking forward to Highest Tiamat. Absolutely. Yeah, I got what you're saying there, Ghost. That was my assessment, top 10, but not necessarily number 1 due to some issues on Omega Prime. Yeah, I got you, man. Like, you know, the cool thing about getting a replacement is you could use Fire Convoy and you know, the full armor here, but I don't know. Maybe I'll send them an email and see if I could still do it. It's kind of late though, but we don't know. Hey, what about these guys? The Godzilla X Transformers, Optimus Prime, Kiryu, and Megatron type Godzilla. Now, another spoiler about my BBTS: I am getting the upgrade kit for Kiryu. That's the first one out, and I will be working on that come the new year. So don't expect it for this year, but I don't know. I'm kind of debating putting these on my tops of the year at maybe the very end. I don't know if they'll make it. It's probably stuff that legit is better, you know. I kind of like them. If you guys saw my reviews, I still kind of liked them for what they were. Could they have been better? Yeah, but you know, I still kind of like them. This Marvel Legends Game of Verse Venom is definitely on the short list to make my best of. It's really good. This was everything that I wanted the Dragon Man to be. Really great figure. That effect part for the tongue and the slime was outrageously awesome. Like really good. If there was one Marvel Legends figure to get this year, it was this. This was a cool series I wish I got more of, and but I really liked this, the Transformers Wild King, Energy Master, Optimus Prime, and Light Long set. So the only thing I got, and it still might make my best because I liked it. The Robot Spirit stuff was awesome with Voltes 5 Legacy as well as Grendizer. I think I put it on here. I might have like forgotten some. As I was like looking through all of my reviews, because obviously I did a lot of backlog reviews this year too, so I probably missed a few brand new stuff as I went through. This was a cool figure, the Rumble and Rage Distortus Rex. I really like that. This was awesome. This was by the makers of those popsicles, the Cybertron Primus little figure. I really like that one. Did this come out this year? I wanted to ask the chat. The Super 7 Ultimates Godzilla -1 charging version. I know I got it this year because I think there was a sale, but I can't remember if this actually came out this year or came out last year. Either way, it was a cool figure. More Super 7 stuff that's probably not making my list. The Gridman from SH Figure Arts might make my list. It's a really good figure. Super 7 Reaction Plus Micronauts were cool to get. Not necessarily best of material, but cool to get. Hey, this was cool. The Suko and Mothra set from SH Monster. I kind of like this set. I don't know. We'll see. Marvel Legends ROM was cool that it came out. I just don't know how much I liked it. Thanks for the back arrow review. Made me finish the anime. Oh, awesome. The end was bad, but the robots were cool looking. See, I felt like when I was watching Back Arrow, and I didn't finish it either. I think I got to episode like 16 or so. Like it was like I was like it was just it was not growing on me. It was like grating on me. I wasn't liking it as much as I liked it like those first like 10 or 12 episodes. Like the last few episodes were kind of a slog. But yeah, it was cool to finally do those reviews. Megatronus was an awesome transformer that came out this year. This Monkey King transformer was cool. Gears was cool. Here's a Haya that I got to review this year. Shimo, definitely making my list. This of the two Shimos that came out this year, this was definitely the superior one, no doubt about it. The Shibansho Godzilla 54 70th anniversary was very, very nice. Action Toys Voltron was awesome. Really liked this one. Definitely making my list. Probably pretty high. I was really surprised at how much I really liked that one. This probably not. Ultra Dad was a good figure. I don't know if a best of. Here's another Haya. Godzilla 2014 came out early this year. Probably late last year for folks that imported it. But here, it was early this year. And it was okay. I didn't really love this one. Ichibansho -1 Odo Island was really nice. Plus, this is one of my favorite thumbnails of this year. I really like how this shot came out. This set was cool, just not like a best of the year type set. These real feel figures were cool. So yeah, I forgot the Godzilla one, I think. Or maybe I did show it. I don't know. More Transformers that were okay, that I'm probably not making my best of. My only Pokemon Select of the year, Charizard X, was just an okay figure. This Lobo figure was sweet, kind of nostalgic. Always something to say about nostalgia. These Lang Jae-un gypsies, definitely making my list. So good. I'm seeing their Leatherback came out overseas. I'll probably be reviewing that early next year at some point. So, obviously it's not going to count for me for this year. Hey, it is what it is, right? This was cool. The Mythic Legions Terpiculi. Like, I didn't review too many Legions, but I saw that, I put up the Jersey Devil earlier, which I liked, and this one was cool too. I think those were my only two of the year, honestly. The Super 7 Fun. I thank Super 7 for sending these. It was good to reconnect, but didn't really like him that much. Oh my god, this McFarlane Toys Movie Maniacs Kong was terrible. Roland Action Kong wasn't so good either. Oh my god. It is what it is. Playmates, they try. We're going to be talking about Playmates on the UltraZ News tomorrow. A huge news from Playmates. Definitely got a lot to say about that. Ooh. What did I do? Uh-oh. Hold on. Something happened here. All right. We could move on. The Drowned Viper, pretty cool that they did that. And One Eye. The Monster Art Shimo, like, I really liked it when I reviewed it. I thought it was awesome. But the pain in the butt tail fin that keeps coming out has kind of like soured this figure for me a lot. It just hurt it. Like the simplest thing could hurt your feelings on figures sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Which is unfortunate. Scar King was okay. I don't know if it's a best of the year candidate, but it was okay. This was really awesome. The Godzilla 74 bust by Diamond Select Toys. Man, I missed Diamond Select Toys already. Unfortunate. One of the unfortunate things that happened this year is them going out of business. Sucked. Again, my heart goes out to everyone that was affected there. That was insane. And then NECA has proceeded to do nothing with it, or NECA's parent company. That's not cool. There's another cool thing that came out from Diamond Select Toys. But you know, it doesn't really do much for me. More Hammond Collection stuff from the beginning of the year, more Godzilla series stuff. And then my first review of the year was the DX Soul of Chogo Kid Mecha Godzilla 74. And this is the other major contender for best of the year. This and the Blitzwave Voltron are probably battling out for 1 and 2. Just a tremendous, tremendous figure. Like, so good. I got it at the very, very end of last year. And it was like one of my final videos. It was my final video of last year was the unboxing. And then my first review of this year. But I counted for this year because I reviewed it this year and it came out like in that like in between time. So yeah, this is gonna be up there for sure. You were on the fence about the Ling Jae-un Crimson Typhoon because I saw your review and got me to get it. Really cool figure. Bought the Gypsy OG Avenger afterwards. Yeah, I like them. I think they're turned out really good. I know some folks didn't like them as much, but I enjoyed those figures. So what are you guys looking forward to? And that's like, you know, everything new that I reviewed this year. I definitely like missed at least one thing. There was another Marvel Legends like Spider-Man, like Peter Parker black suit that I somehow missed a thumbnail of. And probably some other stuff that I reviewed that I missed. But those are everything like in contention, like for stuff that I reviewed this year that came out this year or in that in between space, like I'm saying. You know, under consideration. So I've already eliminated a ton, and as you can hear, I've eliminated a ton just talking about it. And that's why I wanted to do this, a little exercise for me as well, looking back on everything I reviewed. But this is up there, guys. Definitely up there. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. January 1st, as always, my best of the year video. We will do a premiere and chat with that. But yeah, that takes care of that. So what are you guys looking forward to coming up this coming year? Toy wise, movie wise, TV wise, everything. That was an onion. It was very delicious though. The CCS Toys Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann looks amazing. That is awesome, man. I wish I could go in and not. It's expensive, right? That's really, really expensive. Like, I forget like how much I saw it for, but pretty pricey. But yeah, that's one to look forward to for sure. Well, I'm gonna be looking forward to catching up on some Godzilla stuff. I'll be honest with you guys. One of the main things I want to do as we head towards Kaiju Brooklyn at the end of May is kind of like get a ton of Godzilla stuff under my belt again. A lot of higher stuff that I've missed, and I'm not really gonna care too much about, you know, whether it's new or old. I'm just gonna try to do it. Like a lot of higher stuff I missed. There's new Playmates out there that I gotta get. There's a bunch of other stuff like that I've been meaning to get. Some of the what is that called? What is that? Godsy Burst. I've been meaning to do those, you know, like, oh, and I switched my camera again. That's okay. It's probably better for this. Godsy Burst, like I really want to do. And I know that BBTS got some. I'm just trying to do the math on how much it would cost to ship from Amazon Japan, because I've had them in my cart at Amazon Japan for a long time. It's just, you know, tariffs out of Japan have been absolutely bananas. So, and we've talked about that at length this year. Hopefully we have a better 2026 on that front. Something's got to give because some of those prices are still insane. I've had one little item in my HLJ for months, and I got to get that out of there. I'm waiting for the right thing to pair with it to get it out. It might be the Nendoroid Shin Godzilla, and then I'll just end that for a while. No offense at HLJ, it's very hard. I'd rather just do Amazon Japan where I can, but I might get some of the Godly Burst stuff out of BBTS and just so I know it's here. Like even though like I think with shipping and everything, I could probably get 2 extra figures from Japan on top of everything that's out here. So I got to debate that a little bit. But yeah, I do want to review some of that stuff for sure. Like it's been on my list to do. So that's some of the immediate stuff that I want to do. The Daiguren ship was supposed to. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking of the Daiguren, actually. I was thinking of that. That's what the one I was thinking of. My apologies. So yeah, Super Galaxy has them. Okay. Hoping the rest of one of the third-party Devastators finishes up before Chinese New Year in 2026. 4 figures in, just 2 to go. Nice set of figures so far. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like you can't go wrong with a Devastator as long as it gets finished, right? I don't know, like what else is coming out I'm looking forward to? Like we'll see. There's a lot of as far as shows, we got Monarch coming out season 2. Like I was on the fence with season 1 and it was like kind of okay. I liked the Russells, I liked the kaiju action, Titan action. But I hated a lot of the main characters, like all the young people. I wanted them to get eaten. Like that's coming out soon, so that's pretty cool. Does the next season Wednesday come out this year too? I'm not 100% sure about that. It's another show I'll probably look forward to. I don't know. When I pulled up Fast One on me on Taurus when the Metal Build Barbatos was up for pre-order. In Japan, it was posted as an exclusive, so I pre-ordered 2 weeks later. Global pre. I just saw that. Wait, no, I didn't. Did I see it? What did I see? No, I saw the Metal Build G-Quux at the Bandai Cross store just yesterday. Almost got it, but I'm kind of holding off. I really want to get the G-Quux from Gundam Universe. But I do want to get like the renewal version of the RX-78 too. Like I've been meaning to get it. I saw it yesterday. I almost picked it up, but I was just like, I got a bunch of new stuff coming out, and like I don't know what I'm doing. The end of the year is a weird time for me because I'm starting to think about like what I'm doing for next year now. Like I got my best of the year. Trying to get done. If all the shipments cooperate, at least 2 more reviews before the end of the year. Oh my god. And then like resetting up my space for the new year. And then that'll be good, a little refresh, so we'll see how it goes. Like personally, there's a lot of things I want to happen here, like the new whatever I do, my space is going to be temporary, but I definitely getting away from the black background, going back to white for now, with the goal being to get back in the toy room. Like that's ultimately what I want, but I want to set it up nice. Hopefully I can. Wait, the Bandai Cross store yesterday, you in Tokyo? I missed that. No, Bandai Cross store here in Brooklyn. In NYC. My favorite anime movie was Chainsaw Man, Rising Arc, amazing animation and story. Very cool. Gundam G-Quux were really good. And G-Quux, I saw that too. That was pretty good, yeah. I actually liked it more earlier than how it ended, if that's funny. Yeah. So a little bit opposite, but it's still overall very good anime. So yeah, I forgot about that. I watched that. It was cool. The animation is awesome on that show. Loved it. And I definitely have to have a figure in my collection. But definitely going Gundam Universe just because, you know, I've reviewed a lot of Gundam Universe figures, and not that I want to get back into doing it in the line, but I definitely want that from that line. You know, also, you know, price point wise, it's better. That's something in the new year, definitely for me personally, just gonna be, you know, um, watching more about what I spend my money on, maybe a lot more cheaper stuff. You know, like probably less like SH Maserats to tell you the truth. Like I'm not going in on like really expensive stuff. There's so far nothing that's been announced from any line that's really expensive has been like, okay, I have to get that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But right now, like I don't want to, you know, like I don't want to like spend a ton. Um, I want to be more focused with my spending. Also, like I said, I want to, you know, not like totally reconnect because I've been part of the Godzilla community, but like I want to review more Godzilla stuff again. So that's gonna be a focus again. And but I mean, kaiju robots are my two main thing. Like so, definitely gonna be more robots in there, and then the sprinkling of stuff like I do, but like probably scaling back on that sprinkling or being very very selective of what I sprinkle in. Um, Mostly because now that I got a good taste this year again of like trying to tackle that damn backlog, I'd rather focus the time on doing that because what happens when I do the backlog reviews is more than likely I get to sell that. And that is good. And that pours more money back into the channel to get new stuff. So that's kind of like the plan is to be more selective of like the new stuff that I get. You know, Godzilla fans are gonna be very happy about it because it's gonna be more focused on that because there is a lot of cheap Godzilla figures out there that I do want to feature, and it makes sense for me to do it as I talk about them so much in the Ultra Z news, but I haven't been featuring them as much. So yeah. Oh, didn't realize there was one there. Jealous. Yeah, I got one here. I don't have to go to Japan for it. But yeah, no, I was there yesterday. There's a Bandai crossover and a book off, pretty much in the same space, Japan Village, and you know, ultimately I didn't buy anything yesterday, but there was a few things that I wanted to get. But again, I just didn't, you know, have like you know, I don't have the time to review new stuff right now. Like, again, I'm gonna be attempting to do 2 more reviews before the end of the year, which is Wednesday. But it all depends on, you know, if you know, like the shipments come in, and then there's gonna probably be another BBTS shipment early in the year because, like I said, those Haya toys, Godzillas are coming. And I want to add those like Godzilla Burst stuff to it, and that's why I'm thinking about just getting it here, just because I'll have it, and then you know they can all ship at once. Did I pick up Monster Hearts Legion? No, no, absolutely not. Dude, let me tell you, like I've always had this limit of about $300 or so. 3 to 350 is like my limit on how much I spend on any given toy. So anything that goes over that, I have not done at all. At all. Because I think about it like this, I could get I'm not just a collector. I'm a reviewer. I could get one Legion figure for $500, or I could get like 10, 15, 20 figures for that price, you know, and have like a ton more to review. So it's probably never going to happen. Anything that's super, super expensive that I get. Should you subscribe? You should subscribe. How are you a Godzilla fan and not a subscriber of ULTRAZILLA? Come on, guys. Next year is my 10th anniversary on the channel here. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm buying more Motoroid now than buying Chogokin, saving on the spending. I got you. I need to change my wiring from aluminum to copper in the house. Yeah, I hear you. ULTRAZILLA. That's right. What's up, Monster Kid Corey? How are you? I hope all is well. Let us know some of your favorite things of the year or some of the stuff you're looking forward to next year. Godzilla X31, you do that too. Both. Both. The SH Monster Arts or Haya, both. Because we are family. Okay, I got all my Godzillas with me. I've got the Tamashi store and book off in Manhattan. Going to the ones in Brooklyn is on my to-do list. Well, Ghost, make it your to-do list for May 30th and 31st when Kaiju Brooklyn is happening. Because not only will you get to do that, but you could come to the con, see a lot of cool panels, see a lot of cool vendors, including your boy ULTRAZILLA. And it's going to be awesome. Kaiju Live, who was here earlier, like, I'm not sure if AJ is still here, but they will be at Kaiju Brooklyn. So many cool artists and vendors. There's going to be stars. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, definitely highly suggest coming. If you're gonna come to Brooklyn to go to those places, then I would say make it like a weekend to come there. You know, like it's gonna be awesome. There's also St. Mark's Comics as well, which has a lot of awesome like vintage Transformers and other robots and all kinds of cool toys. So I really love it. My favorites of the year and what I'm looking forward to are mostly classic monster and comic figures. NECA's Red Death Phantom was gorgeous. That's cool. Nice. Did you get the Howling figure? I talked about that earlier. That's going to be on my best of the year. Really like that one a lot. Oh, Jonah Hex is awesome. Very cool. I've always loved Jonah Hex. Thank you, Godzilla X31. Well, welcome. I do appreciate you being part of the channel now. Hope you enjoy it. In my next video, every Sunday, I do the Ultra Z news here on the channel. Talk about all the toy news of the week. So do stay tuned for that tomorrow night. Got an unboxing, hopefully coming Monday night. And then you know, hopefully like 2 more reviews before the end of the year, and then my best of the year coming January 1st, and we will go from there. Probably a Vlogzilla, like I always do to start the year. After I put up my best of the year, I usually do state of the state of the ULTRAZILLA Vlogzilla, and you know, where I'm at, what I'm thinking about, like, you know, things. It's like kind of like a more focused version of tonight's live stream. And with probably more things that I want to get off my chest and talk about and stuff. Looking forward to the Long Box Rocketeer and Sky Captain Figs and the Laurel and Hardy ones that got crowdfunded. I forgot about that. Those look really cool. But see, those are the things I'm talking about. Like, I'm like, oh, I love so many things, you know. It's what happens when, like, you know, like, been like watching stuff and collecting stuff for a long time, guys, and you know, you have a lot of interests, and like, you know, as you get older, you're like, man, there's just so many things that I'm into. And I've personally enjoyed covering as much stuff as I'm into as possible here on the channel. You know, certain things do better than others, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, for the new year, you know, I'm still gonna cover different things, but there's gonna be, you know, once again, like, you know, just bringing it back to like more Godzilla stuff than I did this year, because I think I have to say probably overall, like, if I look, I don't know this for sure, the stat, but like if I look at all the Godzilla figures I've reviewed since the very beginning of the channel, possibly the 2025 was the year I reviewed the least. I still had a ton of reviews, as you know, if you guys were watching, tons of reviews this year, but probably the least amount of those. I didn't get to Halfig. That's too reasons for me. I got you. That's cool. That's cool. And no problem, you know, like, but it was a good figure. It was really nice. Try to keep my collection minimal, collect a ton of Kong stuff. Yeah, Kong, you know, I'm a big Kong collector. Love that. But otherwise, keep the limited 6-7 inch classic monsters, the comic figs, multi plushies, and so on. Gotcha. And your only real Godzilla collection is the Mezco 5.XL, which is dead now. But it's a good little collection to have on the shelf. They look really nice. For the most part, I think there was a couple that I didn't like in there, but for the most part, I thought those figures were nice. I wish they did more. And who knows what happened with their, bigger figure. Like I have no idea. Like I wish we got a better answer from Mezco about that line that the Kaiju Collective. Hey, Vinny, what's up, my friend? Vinny, you doing a best of the year this year? Um, I, people want to know. People want to know if Super Mario Zilla is Super Mario Zilla. You've been doing more photography than videos lately, and it's looking very good, my friend. Very, very, very nice. And a nice diorama with them is cool. It's great. That is awesome, man. Wish Mezco did a versus Megalon set. That would have been amazing. I love Megalon. Love the 70s Godzilla. Yeah, that would have been very, very cool. There's also the 3-0 Godzilla 74 coming out very, very soon. Definitely reviewing that, guys. Like, I talked to 3-0 about, like coming back on board to review that. Because if you guys remember a couple years back, I reviewed a ton of the 3-0s that they sent me. And then they changed how they did a few things, behind the scenes. So I stopped reviewing for them, but like I contacted them and we were talking right around when Blitzway sent me stuff. And they were like, yes, we'd like to send you the Godzilla. So hopefully that still happens. Like I gotta send them a no message to see where they're at on that. But that's supposedly coming out in January. Got a little bit delayed, but they said, yeah, we want to do that. So even if they don't, still buying that figure. I've been really, really looking forward to that one. So that one's a little bit more pricey, but that's like in the $100-something range. I could deal with that. But definitely want that. Like it was one of my, if you go back to the very beginning of this year, I did like the top 10 things I'm looking forward to. And that was on the list and it didn't come out. So yeah, I wish to have SH Monster, but it's too expensive. I get you. And even worse, I live in Australia, so shipping. Oh yeah, I understand. Shipping's been a big pain in the butt, so it is what it is. Vinny is done. I just got done editing, going to post tonight. And thank you. Been on a photography kick. Can't lie. It's looking good, my friend, but definitely looking forward to your best of the year. Make sure to check out Vinny's best of the year. He's posting it tonight. So, yeah, something for you guys to look forward to. Prime Convoy got a budget for 2026 as well. Yeah, I mean, so mainly focusing on Transformers and maybe some of the higher toys. Heisei era Godzilla characters. Yeah, I mean, those are definitely on my list. I got to do better, I think. And one of the reasons I want to get less of other stuff is to do better on those, to try to import those. Because those, I got to say, probably a little bit easier to import than some of the stuff from Japan. Because the tariffs are mind-boggling how this went, but the tariffs are less impactful for stuff coming out of China than they were for Japan. Japan got really lambasted by this stuff. Lambasted. Oh yeah, Alpha Trion is one of my top figures of the year. I liked Alpha Trion. Almost all the Power to Prime stuff were pretty cool. The 13. I think my one, if I'm gonna commit to saying any of them, is gonna be on my tops of the year. It is Star Convoy. I really love that figure. It's huge. It's just, size matters sometimes. But yeah, like Star Convoy should be on my best of the year come January 1st. Playmates beat higher for me just because Playmates actually gets theirs out within a decade. I get you. Like, yeah, man, like this is one of the big issues. And I talked to the powers that be at Hiya Toys at NYCC. We had a long conversation. Like they're trying to take the distribution in their own hands. So what will that mean? Hasn't been implemented yet, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed that in the new year things will get better for them distribution to the US wise. There's a possibility of it. There's also a possibility of me working with Haya again, but communication has been not so hot. Even though we had a really great conversation at NYCC, it's just mind-boggling to me that now I can't get in touch with them. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I really don't know what to say. Like, a lot of my issues initially with Haya Toys after our long relationship was more of a behind the scenes thing, and for us to like have seemingly worked it out at NYCC was really made me happy. And then of course, yeah, there's been no communication since, despite me trying my best. So I still want to get their stuff because I still do enjoy it, but it's a little bit of a bummer for me personally. Haya got to get McFarlane to do distribution for them. Todd announces 15 new figures every month, and right, like seriously, whatever McFarlane is doing, Haya needs to get on that. And Corey, I know you didn't like. I think it was you. Sorry if it wasn't. Didn't like the McFarlane, Godzilla, and Kong. I personally really like them. Figure wise, I thought they turned out really nice. But yeah, they were cool. I like Star Convoy, but the more I mess with it, the more the legs being so bulky bug me. Interesting. I got you. For Christmas, I got the Bandai Movie Monster Series Burning, Godzilla, and Destroyer. That's awesome. Congrats. It's always good. The only primes I got were Prima and Alpha Trion because my collection is G1 movie and S3. I got you. That's cool. I don't feel bad. I haven't been able to get in touch with they have yet to respond. The thing is, Vinny, it's I understand, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know, maybe they shut off their email or something. But it's weird because I literally I must have had a 45-minute conversation with them at NYCC. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say. Yes, okay, it was you. I thought so. But Godzilla turned out better. But I still like them. And when they're together, I think they're kind of cool. And I kind of like that they're like DC legendary. It's weird. But I did like him. What do you guys? Some of you guys, that Corey and Vinny, what's some of the things you're looking forward to this year? Godzilla X-31. Anything you're looking forward to coming out this year? Yeah, Godzilla turned out better. It was a cool figure. I'm trying to think of other stuff that has been announced that I'm looking forward to. But we'll see. Ghost is also looking forward to Storm Collectible, Space Adventure Cobra, and Motorride Oregon. Yep. That's cool. Very nice. Let me take a drink here. Went over a little bit. Since Mattel has the rights for DC superheroes, will I be getting any of them? I don't think so. My I don't know, my love of DC stuff kind of has fallen a lot over the years. So I haven't really. The only thing I got this year was the Lobo, and that was kind of like the retro Kenner style thing. Probably not. I don't think Mattel is going to be doing them till 2027, if I remember correctly. And that, and who knows, maybe they're going to be doing TMNT as well because Playmates has lost the license, and we'll talk about that more. In the Ultra Z news. I'm looking forward to the newly announced Kaiser Ghidorah, not Ghidorah. Ghidorah would be amazing. Chogokin, Metroid Prime 4, Samus, and Mezco 112 Hulk. All of those. Well, Kaiser Ghidorah we haven't seen yet. We just saw the shadowed version, right? They didn't announce it while I was on, did they? I mean, I know that it was in the, silhouette. I can't wait to see that, but that's going to be super, super expensive. No doubt about it. So I'm probably not getting that, but we'll see. The only kaiju stuff I'm looking forward to is whatever I'll pick up in Japan in November. Hey, that's awesome. Congrats that you're going there. That's pretty cool. Otherwise, working on vintage Kong items. Ooh, what are some vintage Kong items you're looking forward to? Corey, I did do I made a video about grails last weekend. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on some grails in that video's comments. I think I'm gonna be shutting it down within pretty soon, honestly, because I'm still kind of hungry here and I kind of want to eat and relax. But yeah, like this has been pretty good. Like I did enjoy like looking back and some of the 2025 reviews that I've done and some of the stuff that came out and like some of the movies and TV shows that you guys have been into. It seems like a lot of the same stuff. Like, so I feel like it wasn't a huge year for TV and movies outside of those, like few things that everybody seemed to have liked. Seems like there was a lot of throwaway or stuff that people didn't see or just didn't care for. Like, I really want to see Tron Ares as a huge Tron fan. Never got out to the theater to see that. I wanted to see Predator Badlands. Didn't get out to theater to see that, so there's a bunch. Like it's unfortunate. Just never, I feel like I just don't have the time. What am I looking for? An old ceramic Kong bag advertising famous monsters. Wow. Kong cover issues of famous monsters. I still have a couple AHI Kong things. Just got a vintage issue of Mad. That's pretty cool. It's fun, What figures you missed getting this year that you're planning on getting in 2026? Like I said, a lot of the highest stuff that like I know a lot of other folks got. Definitely going to be getting a bunch of those. Mostly stuff that's just not out here yet. Although I didn't get Ghidorah 91, and I do plan on getting that one. So maybe in this batch of stuff that's going to come out. So stuff that I definitely want to review, that I just didn't get around to. So it's mostly that. Like I can't think of anything else that came out this year that I'm still planning to get that I didn't get. Like it was mostly that stuff that I really wanted to get that I didn't get my hands on, especially on the Power of Godzilla 91 and Shimo. Like those two figures were really, really good. And both of them I had, I got through like AliExpress, and they were fine, like, and I really wanted to get them, I didn't want to wait for those two. So, like I'm glad I got them. And it's probably going to be more of that in the future for me. Unless I find another like store that I could import from China that's not like Kowski's, because I had a little thing with them. I have things with everyone. Oh my gosh. What is it? It's gotta be me. But yeah, like I gotta figure it out. Going to Hop, great ULTRAZILLA live tonight. Thanks for coming. Hope you and the family have a safe and happy New Year. You too. We will be watching Stranger Things finale on New Year's Eve. That is the plan. By the way, I got 5 inches of snow here on Long Island. Oh god. Yeah, it was a lot to shovel. It kind of just like knocked me out for almost the rest of the day. I'm glad I got to complete the graphic novel I was working on afterwards, because otherwise that would have been a waste of a day, but like had to be done. It's not that I'm making enemies, it's just like like I have a very clear vision of how I look at things, and that doesn't jive with everyone. I'm like, I like a lot of things. That's what's interesting. Like, but people think I hate a lot of things, and it's just mostly just because like I try to keep my reviews as real as possible. So if I like it, I really, really like it. If I don't like it, like I don't like go off on it. but it's not going to get a good review. So, in this age of the influencer, like, I'm definitely not that. So that doesn't jive well with a lot of people. So it's one of those things, like, I'm always gonna stay true to myself, like, when it comes to reviews, and I can't, I definitely don't want to ever stray away from, like, just giving good reviews, like, it's just not something I would ever want to do. And so many folks have become like that, and it's not for me. Love what you love and you hate what you hate. A man of strong emotions. Hey, it is what it is. All right, guys, that's a good way to end it. It is true. I hope you enjoyed this ULTRAZILLA live. I definitely enjoyed it. Just a little bit longer than my other ones, but I did want to go over those. All those reviews I did this year of stuff that came out this year, because for me personally, like, I had to do it. I needed to look at them again, and then looking at those thumbnails really helps a lot. So do stay tuned for my best of the year, coming up on January 1st. Once again, there will be a premiere for that, because I always like to do the first run through of the best of the years as a premiere. So, like, you kind of get that, like, countdown feel to it without being spoiled. You know what I'm saying? So I will be here in the chat with you guys. Come hang out once again, and I appreciate it. Good night, guys. Thanks to everyone that was a part of the show tonight. I really enjoyed talking to you. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out, peeps.